What's up, guys? Here with some Rocket League gameplay for you. I am Wookie Titty, and this is the first video I've ever posted on YouTube. Well, unless you count the one Call of Duty video in which I killed 5 guys with 1 grenade. Yeah, that was a long time ago, and I thought that made for an interesting video. Honestly, I think I just wanted to try the upload feature of Call of Duty, what was it, Black Ops? Anyways, here we go. We're gonna play some Rocket League, have some commentary. I might win this game. I might lose. I honestly have no idea. This game is, I mean, it's not unpredictable, but there are sometimes people who play who are way better than anybody else, and that possibility exists here in this video. So we got some 4v4 action here. This is what they call in the Rocket League sphere as chaos mode, and that is because it is utter chaos, aptly named, because there's cars going everywhere and everybody's trying. Oh man, if I had done a backflip, I probably would have gotten that one. Everybody's trying to get the ball, you know, to score, which is what you do in a soccer game. So I don't know why I said something like that, but anyways, Rocket League is an awesome game. I've been playing it for like, I don't know, I've probably got about 30 hours in it right now. Let's see what Steam says. 30 hours total. Dang, I'm good. Yeah, I've got all the unlocks for the original cars. That's 50 items, so there's a lot of customization that can go on. Bunch of different hats, colors, paint styles, like they've got like matte paints or semi-gloss or things like that. I sometimes find that some of the patterns make it really hard to tell which team you're on if you're not paying attention at the very beginning. I guess you could always just look at the scoreboard. Whichever one is on the left is your team. So yeah, great game, really enjoy it, and they just scored. That doesn't mean that I'm any good at it necessarily. I know that the scoreboard says I'm a pro. I would not consider myself a pro, but apparently I've just played it so much that the game thinks I am. So I won't argue. Here we go. Round 2. Sometimes I have good shots like that one. Like that one! Woo! Yeah. Alright. I love that the game does that air horn when you're going. Man, I'm really glad that guy wasn't paying attention or was AFK, because I just scored on him. So, yep, really like this game. $20 on Steam. I would say that I've definitely gotten my money's worth out of it. If you guys watch, oh, dang it. If you guys watch these guys called Funhouse, they used to be Inside Gaming. One of their members, his name is Spool. He thinks that a game should have a value. That games have a value of $1 1 hour. So if you play 60, if you buy a game for $60, you should get 60 hours of entertainment out of it. I bought this game for 20 and I have gotten 30. So, you know, I definitely met that criteria. Most of the games that they play in that series, which is called $1 1 hour, do not end up that way. So, you know, maybe they're just not playing the right games. I don't know. Spool's the one who picks them, so I don't know. Anyways, a lot of tactics involved in this game, although when you don't communicate, or like when there's no communication with your teammates, the tactics kind of go right out the window and everybody just kind of does a mad dash for the ball. There's some cool things you can do, like aerial hits. Aerial hits are kind of difficult to do. Dang it! Oh, man. And when you're out of position, there's just really nothing you can do. But like I said, aerial hits are one of the cool things about this game. I've seen some pretty amazing aerial hits on some YouTube videos. I don't know that you'll be seeing any of those on my video, but I will sure as heck try to get at least one good aerial hit. Well, 2 minutes left, down 2 points. I mean, it's not impossible. Honestly, like, it really only takes 7 seconds to score. I mean, if that, because, like, right here on the kickoff, it's entirely possible to get a a one-touch goal. If you hit it just right and nobody on the opposing team hits it in the right, like, order, then, you know, you can totally get a no-touch goal or no defense. So one of the most important things about this game is boost. So you'll see me sometimes break away from the ball just to go pick up these little orange orbs, which, if you didn't realize, are boost power. So honestly, boost is like one of the most important things in this game. It's what allows you to do like aerial hits and things like that. Also just allows you to catch up to the ball and go really fast. So and when you don't have boost, your car is relatively slow to all the other players. Woohoo! Goal. Didn't have anything to do with me, but whatever. Yeah, really important to have that boost. So just I don't know, maybe a tip from a quote-unquote pro. Make sure that you have boost whenever you're playing, because it's really the only way that you can have any hope to make an effect on the game. So see, like that, that was awful. That was just a terrible performance by me, but who knows, maybe I'll get lucky and have a good game like I did earlier. Man, earlier I was just on fire. I sunk like 2 really amazing goals, and it was just crazy. Yep, see, like that. That was what they call a one-touch goal. And you'll see that, like, he hits it just perfectly, just right over everybody's heads, right into the goal. So, you know, that happens sometimes. Happens not very often to me, but sometimes I get lucky. Sometimes, too, I just decide to kind of stick back, maybe play a little bit of defense. I wouldn't say that I'm very good at defense, but, you know, sometimes all it takes is one person in the right place to make all the difference. So another thing that, like, get in there. Yep. Okay, that was pretty good. Another thing I see a lot of people doing is they just, like, run into the ball. They don't actually use their jumps as hits. Like, the jumps are really good for gaining an advantage over your opponents, but they can also be a really nice tool for actually punting the ball. If you go, oh, dang it. See, if I had done that right, that would have been a goal. But if you can actually use these forward flips and back flips and side flips as kicks, and that'll actually, like, drastically alter the path of the ball, even get it going faster than it would just by a normal touch. It also kind of depends on the relative speed of your car. So, well, we lost that one, but that's okay. I'll keep going and I'll try to get a win. Really like this game. One thing that I don't like is when people don't ready up and they don't vote or leave, because then we have to wait here for a minute, which it's just a waste of time. I mean, it's not that long, but, you know, when you've played for 30 hours, and if you have to wait a minute every time a game ends, it adds up to a sizable amount of time. So, seriously, if you're a player, if you're not going to ready up or vote, then just leave. And sometimes you just have to call it and find another match. So, yeah. So, okay, so I got home from work today. I'm going to rant because you're here, you're watching me, and I have to vamp a little bit. But I got home from work today, and I went out back to let my dog out. And my neighbors had attached a hose from my property over to their property. Here in Illinois, we don't have fences around our properties for some weird reason. Like, I just moved here a few months ago, so I don't really know how it works, but in New Mexico it was like everybody had a fence, and if you didn't have a fence you were weird. But anyways, so everybody, there's no fences between the properties here, but like my neighbors had just come onto my property and hooked their own hose up to my faucet outside, my spigot, and were using it like it was fully powered and on, fully pressurized. And so I kind of traced it out to see where it was going. It ended in front of their house. I still don't really know where it was going. But so I went back to the faucet and I turned it off and I unhooked it because it's not their faucet, it's my faucet. And you know, I was gonna go like confront them about it, but it was already like dinner time and I didn't want to interrupt them during a dinner or whatever. But so anyways, I unhooked it. I hooked my own hose up and I watered my wife's sunflowers. Funny story about that too. I watered my wife's sunflowers, and then I came inside and I started, you know, playing games or whatever. And I went back out to let the dog out again, and they had come back over while I was here and unhooked my hose and hooked their hose back up and turned it on again. Like, so I understand, like, maybe I'm at work during the day. And they have my cell phone number, by the way, because everybody here has everybody else's cell phone number because, you know, this is a friendly neighborhood. And they just went ahead and did it without asking me. And they did it twice. It's not like they just did it once and, you know, whatever. I don't really care because I don't pay for water. We're on a well here, and I don't drink that well water anyways because we just do bottled. But they just, I mean, it's basically stealing water, right? I mean, and it's not as big of a deal because we don't pay for water, but they don't know that. What if I paid for water? They would be stealing hundreds of gallons, presumably, of my water, and what would I have to show for it? Like, I would have to show them the bill, and they would have to pay some percentage. I mean, I don't know how much they're using. It doesn't matter. It's my frickin' water spout. Like, what kind of society do we have where people just think they can just hook their hoses up to your faucet and take your water? Like, 200 years ago, you know, back in like the Wild West days, when everything out west was like dirt and, you know, people were raising cattle and stuff, if you were caught stealing water, they could like hang you, like they could shoot you. That was a huge deal. And I know that, you know, we live in a society where that's not the case anymore, but freaking still, like, you're stealing somebody's water. Is it like you didn't expect anybody to notice? Like, I would come home and just be like, oh, hey, look, I guess I hooked that hose up earlier today. No, that's not it. That's not even, that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any logical or common sense. And I can't understand why somebody would do that. The only reason that I didn't just like cut the hose off is because we rent this house. It's not our house. It's our landlord's, and he lives right across the street, by the way. But so it's entirely possible that they may have gotten permission from him, and he said it was okay to go ahead and hook up the water because it's on a, you know, we're on a well and we don't pay for the water. And that's fine, but like, he has my cell phone number too. So there's at least 4 people in this situation. Well, 3 people at least, because I know it's a man and a woman that live next door and the landlord. There's 3 people in this situation who have my phone number. They know that I'm renting the property. Like, the landlord knows that at least. And none of them saw fit to inform me that they were going to be taking my water. Just what kind of society are we living in where that's like okay? Like, I don't know. I'm gonna rant about it a little. Like, I'm gonna fume about it a little bit more, and then I'm gonna call my landlord tomorrow and ask him if he gave them permission. And if he didn't, I'm cutting that sumbitch off. Like, I'm literally going to take an X-Acto knife and just cut it so that they can't hook their hose back up to my water, because that's bullcrap. Like, I don't know. Sorry, I didn't mean to rant so much. It's just, it really freaking annoys me when people don't even like take into account like how this is gonna look. How do you think this looks? Like, if I just like walked over, okay, here's an example. Let's say I did pay for water. Let's say I went over to their house without them knowing. I cut their cable, like their cable internet or their cable TV or whatever. I cut that and spliced it and brought it over to my house. I am stealing something that they pay for, and I didn't ask them if I could do that. There's certainly no reason for me to do that. I mean, I'm perfectly capable of paying for my own cable. But like, that's the same thing, right? So how do you think they would feel if they found out that I was stealing their cable? It's a completely different thing if like I'd ask them, like, hey, I can't really pay for cable. Do you mind if I splice off of you? I mean, I'll make it, so that nobody can really tell and whatever. And they didn't even see fit to inform me. No, I mean, it's not even the fact that they didn't contact me. They're like, when I went back out, and I saw the hose hooked back up, I kind of expected there to be like a note or something to let me know, hey, we need to use your water for, like a day or something to irrigate our ditch or something, some insert reason here, but they don't even have the common decency to let me know that they need the water. They just did it, and they saw that I was there. They saw that I unhooked it because they hooked it back up and turned it back on. So I don't know. It's kind of infuriating, and maybe it makes me a little bit angrier than I should be, but I don't know. It's like the principle of the thing, It's my water, I use it. So, I don't know. They just, sometimes the inconsiderate people in this world just make me want to rant and rave, which I've done for a good probably 5 minutes now. At least the length of one game. So, anyways, so the sunflowers. I said I had a story about my wife's sunflowers. So the sunflowers in New Mexico that I've seen usually grow to be about, I don't know, like 5 or 6 feet tall. Maybe 5 or 6 feet tall. And not very big, don't have very many leaves. So my wife planted sunflowers when we moved in here 2 months ago, and in the 2 months since we've lived here, they've gone from a seed to 12 feet tall, and like a good 2 or 3 inches, 2.5 inches in diameter. Like, these things are big, and they're like 12 feet tall. There's 10 of them, and they were planted in this planter that was not, it wasn't dug into the ground or anything. It's just a planter. But I went out the other day, so there was a storm the other night, and I went out yesterday morning to let my dog out to go to the bathroom, and the planter and all the sunflowers were tipped over on its side, and I was like, what the heck? I was like, what the heck? I didn't really know what was going on, and I thought about it, and I was like, well, there was a storm last night. I guess the wind blew them over, and these things are, they're 12 feet tall, so they're really, really tall, and they're really thick. So they may not be heavy as an individual, like unit of weight, but 12 of them or 10 of them that are 12 feet tall, like that's pretty heavy, and it's a long like lever arm, because they're so tall and most of their weight is concentrated at the top where the buds are, that I couldn't lift it. I can't lift it and tip it back over. So anyways, the moral of the story is, apparently if you have 12 foot tall sunflowers, you might want to make sure those things are like planted in the ground, because if a windstorm comes along, it's gonna blow that son of a gun over. So, yeah. Moral of that story. Anyways, I told my wife about it because she's not here right now, but or she's not in town right now. But wow, what a save! I can't believe he saved that. I called her and I told her that I was sorry, but her sunflowers had fell over, and she was like, "Well, that's what I get for trying to grow things." So I guess she like expected them to die. And I mean, you know, I might have been able to get them to tip back over by getting help from somebody in the neighborhood or something, but I don't know. I didn't do that, so I probably should have, but they're definitely dead now. Like there's no way that they're gonna survive that. So we'll have to replant sunflowers, and we'll plant them in the ground this time. But anyway, so Rocket League, yeah, this game's awesome. It's hella fun. I really do enjoy it. I'm not doing too well in any of these matches, but that's okay, because you're here to listen to me and watch the videos. And sometimes I do stuff like that. Oh, and sometimes I do stuff like that. Woo! Yeah. Scored that one from half court. It's funny. I followed up something awful with something really cool. So that's what this game is, though. It's like you'll make a stupid mistake and then you'll just totally wreck the next goal. Like that one. Oh man. Dang it. That was shoot it. Okay, I juggled it apparently. Dang it. Yep, probably gonna lose this one too. Not a great couple of matches. I've made some good points, but not a great couple of matches. Oh, I've got 2 AI on my team. When did they leave? When did my teammates leave? Luckily, the AI are pretty good in this game. Otherwise, I'd probably be losing by a lot more. Wow, I missed that one completely. Why did you do that? Yeah, I don't know. Dang it. So anyways, what's in the news? Like, Donald Trump. So, I read something today that Donald Trump thinks that all the bad people from Mexico are coming up into New Mexico, and that's how they're getting into the country. So, apparently he hates Mexicans and New Mexicans. So, you know, he's got his bases covered. I don't know that he'll necessarily get any votes from New Mexicans now, but who knows? I'm pretty sure New Mexico is like a swing state, so we sometimes go one way or the other. Either that or Democrat. I don't know. I haven't looked at the voting history of New Mexico. Well, anyways, thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe if you liked it. If you didn't like it, let me know that too. I know there was some dead air, so... But I also spent like 5 minutes ranting about people stealing my water, so... Anyways, I appreciate you guys watching. Let me know if there's a game you'd like to watch me play, or like me to play and commentate during, not necessarily on. Like, I didn't do a lot of commentary on the game in this video, but let me know if you want me to do some of that. I like to play a lot of games, first-person shooters, things like that. So, Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you want to watch me play, and I'll see you guys next time.